Asset inventory is the way an organization lists and provides details of the assets it owns. This can cover a range of different types of assets, from tangible fixed assets such as property and equipment, and intangible assets such as intellectual property. Asset inventory management is the way the organization monitors the assets it owns, to track and analyze issues such as physical location, maintenance requirements, depreciation, performance, and eventual disposal of the asset. The Summit Asset Management solution helps you to set up a clutter-free inventory for managing IT and non-IT assets. It comprises 4 asset types: fixed assets, consumable, accessories, and software. Let us understand what these asset types mean. Fixed assets refer to long-term tangible assets used in business operations. They provide long-term financial benefits, have a useful life of more than 1 year, and are classified as property. Fixed asset will have asset life cycle, from procurement to its disposal. Fixed assets can be further classified as IT assets and non-IT assets. In Summit, asset license usage is tracked based on the count of IT assets and non-IT assets added in the asset inventory. IT assets are those which have an IP address and can be discovered for Summit IT asset management via either agent-based or agentless methods. Example: laptop, desktop, server, switch, router, and so on. Non-IT assets are those which are added in the inventory manually and tracked. Example: machinery, furniture, electrical equipment, and so on. The assets that must be replaced regularly in an organization as they can be spent, wasted, and dissipated are defined as consumable. The examples of consumable are printer cartridges, CDs, files, papers, staplers, and pens. Consumables are non-returnable. The assets that are used for facilitating the smooth operation of any fixed asset or spare parts or components, which are faulty and need to be replaced, are defined as accessories. The examples for accessories are mouse, laptop bag, headphones, data cards, and so on. The other examples for accessories are laptop battery, laptop charger, and RAM. Accessories need to be returned. The software purchased and used by an organization is defined as software assets. Examples for software assets are Adobe Photoshop, Microsoft Office, Microsoft Visual Studio, and so on. These assets are aligned to locations under which stores and floors are configured. This helps in tracking the assets across multiple locations. You can select a particular asset type on the asset inventory page and perform various actions on these assets. If I want to see what fixed assets there are in the organization, I can click on the Fixed Assets menu, which will show me the list of asset categories. On this page, we can see how many assets are available under specific categories. The number of assets will be equal to the number of licenses consumed. Here, you will be able to see only those categories of fixed assets for which there is a minimum of 1 asset added. The other available categories without any assets can be seen under Filter. Now, let us talk about the columns which are here on the fixed assets list. The first column states the category of assets, whether it is laptop, desktop, router, switch, etc. Second columns display the type of asset, whether it's non-IT or IT asset. Next 5 columns are for displaying the state on assets, whether they are in stock or allocated to someone. If the assets are inactive, not in operations. Assets which are in repair procedure, and assets which are in movement. That means, for moving assets from one location to another, if it requires an approval from someone, those assets will reflect in this column. The numbers in each column are active links. When clicked, these numbers display the details of those assets. And the last cell shows the total license consumption by asset inventory. On the right-hand side corner, there is a filter icon. This will allow the user to filter the asset search as per the required criteria.